I'm doing a lot of thinking about this whole hiking business. There's a lot you really have to consider when you're doing these types of things. My last day in the Porcupine Mountains, I ran into these two girls that were going on their first ever hiking trip, and they picked the Porcupine Mountains, and they're gonna do one of the loops. And I also know that's the day it rained like crazy. So even as prepared, I researched as much as I did, as prepared as I was, I still had some difficulty in some of those places. Now granted, not every part of every trail is going up and down ravines and climbing rocks, but most major trails, at least the through hikes, have some component of those. I know there's parts of the AT where it's you're not really on a trail. I mean, basically you're rock climbing. I have no experience of that, so I got to figure out how to get that under my belt. And yeah, certainly some other pieces, like you see some of the folks, guys and gals, folks hiking, the PCT this year and the CDT. They do end up on some dirt roads. Some are well-groomed paths. Some are just, footpaths as well, that are much easier to walk on. Others, not so much. So, I guess it's a little mixture of everything. But just the preparation. Again, even with the pack being lightened up, I still think it's too heavy. And I say that for a couple reasons. One is, I don't know that I need all of the gear. Yeah, you might need some of it at different sections along the way, but you're not going to need it for any entire through hike for a long distance. So the planning piece there is going to be critical. Make sure you have what you need when you need it, and then when you don't need it, you can just spring it, ship it ahead, spring it forward to you at a PO box, or if it's something you're really not going to need anymore, just ship it back home. So yeah, definitely lighter pack. The other thing, I don't know about other people, but why I've been doing this this is my 5th day now. Over the 5 days, I've really been consuming a crazy amount of water. I don't think I'm overhydrating myself, but I know I've gone through more water than I planned for. So that's not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's good because I'm keeping myself hydrated. It's bad because I need to be able to stop and either filter water more often, resupply the water, or the other option is carry more water. And to carry more water means carrying more weight. I mean, I know there was one day I carried 3 1-liter smart water bottles, so that's 6.6 pounds right there just in water carry. Obviously you use it as you go, but it just it adds to the weight. The other thing is food. I think I packed probably too much food, but didn't really know what to expect. So I know when I was hiking with Randy and John a couple days back, we talked about packs a little bit, and I know John's pack was was 14 pounds. Randy's was 12. Randy had the stove. John had the tent, and they both had food for about 8 days. They said. I keep going back. John, I think it was. We stopped for a quick break, and John reached into his pack and he pulled out this Ziploc bag of peanut M&Ms. Blue, yellow, green, and I have been jonesing peanut M&Ms ever since I saw that bag of M&Ms come out of John's pack. So I'm definitely gonna have to find some of those as soon as I get back to civilization and can pick up a nice big bag of those. They just looked yummy. So pack definitely needs to be as light as possible. So I think I'm gonna have to revisit that a little bit, and just figure out maybe just a different pack. I mean, this thing, I could cut this thing down quite a bit by going with a different pack. And I could get a Z patch, for example, an arc haul, and get down to about 1.5 pounds for a pack. I just don't know how it's going to carry, and it's only weighted or rated for so much weight. If I can stay in the light, I don't think I make it ultralight, but if I can stay in the light carry range for weight, I might be able to pull that off. The tent, I can tell you, the Big Agnes Ultra Fly Creek 2 was perfect, absolutely perfect. Stayed dry when it needed to. And I know it. I mean, there was 2 days there where it just rained like crazy. And there's room inside, more than enough room for me. And I was surprised. The vestibule is actually bigger than I thought it would be. There was quite a bit of room in there. I could actually, if I had to, I had plenty of room for my boots. I could put some other stuff out there, and then still had plenty of room inside. So that was working out well. iPhone, interesting enough, it has to be in airplane mode. I didn't have it in airplane mode yesterday, and I killed the battery in the whole day. So it actually it died probably with I probably had another 2 miles to go. But basically, it died right at my NCT 50 mark, which I'm glad I was able to get that last photo in. But it was just dead right after that. So not sure if that's what's going on, or maybe it's the battery in the phone. Maybe it's not holding the charge as well as it should. Have to figure that out. What else? Feet. I think my feet have done good. I've really kept them well. Tried to keep them as dry as possible. I think the Injinji socks with the Darn Tough hiking socks over them, it's just a great combination. My feet seem to stay dry even now. I mean, it's warm outside. I'm sweating, but my feet don't feel wet. And if anything, I think my boots need to be a half a size bigger. I don't know if it's just the way they're shaped in the front, or they need to be stretched a little bit. But my pinky toes have just taken a beating. Today they actually feel pretty decent, but there were points yesterday and the day before where I was just in a little bit of pain. No blisters, they're just bruised, and you can tell they're just beat up. But everything else seems to be working great. other than that, all the rest of the gears worked out. I mean, the stove worked great. My cooking pot worked well. My mug was fantastic for coffee. The Starbucks Vio coffee or Via coffee. I'm not sure, Via Vio. The individual packs. The medium roast. That's some tasty stuff. And the other thing is, I actually did one day where I just I pulled a Darwin and I just poured it right into my water bottle, gave it a good shake, and chugged it down. Had that for my coffee in the morning, and that worked out really well. I was Speedy Gonzalez that morning. I was just zoom, ready to go. So those are the goods. Let's talk about the bads and the uglies. Clothing situation. So actually, being out on the trail, now I had the opportunity here. I stopped and I actually washed some clothes, and it's a good thing because after 2 days of hiking in the same clothes, yeah, pretty stinky. I'll be honest with you. Hiker funk, I guess is the technical term. I don't know how that's going to be managed long term. I mean, I know you got to do what you got to do, and if you're doing a thru hike and you're in it for 7 days and then you come off, you go into a hostel or into a town and get a hotel. You wash your clothes then, but yeah, that's gonna be that piece is gonna be a bit of a challenge. And for me, the other thing that was challenging was eyewear. Not so much today. I mean, my sunglasses are fantastic, but when I was in the Porcupine Mountains that morning, and that storm blew in and it got dark, you're inside a forested area. It's all canopied. There's not a whole lot of light in there, and the blue blazes, yeah, they kind of pop out, but sometimes it really took me a bit to stop and had to look around and really make sure, okay, hey, where's the next blaze? Where's the where's the path to go from here? I suppose if you were colorblind, that would be even harder. Or like me, sometimes I have a hard time with blues and greens. Some blues, when they mark them, some of the blazes are lighter, some are darker. I really haven't had a problem. I don't think I had a problem seeing them that much overall, but I do know that when it got dark, keeping track of those blazes was difficult. So I bring that up because night hiking in that situation, in that terrain, nope, absolutely not doable. Maybe on something like this, where you have miles and miles to go and it's just an open road or open trail and you can see it for a long ways. Yeah, sure, but parts of those Porcupine Mountains at night, there's just no possible way I don't think you could do it. So for me, having a set of sunglasses, a set of glasses, it's going to be critical as I move forward. Probably a spare pair packed in a hard case, which I have in here with me, just in case. And I also have contacts. I could pop those in and get to where I had to go if I had to. Maybe that's a viable option. And then 52 now. So when I was 30 years old, I actually had LASIK, and I remember waking up the next morning, and man, I could just see like an eagle. My vision actually went to 2015, and I could see great. But over the next 22 years, I don't know, blood pressure rated, eyes changed, bodies changed, whatever. The vision's changed as well. Maybe I just go back up for a quick touch up, and maybe I get my vision corrected and see if that can't help things out. I don't know. Options. Always have options. So yeah, a little bit of some deeper thought on hiking the gear, what worked, what didn't work, through hiking more longer distances, and things to come.